Beans and legumes can sometimes be underrated, but are an excellent source of dietary fiber and protein. I want to show you guys how to make Belizean stew beans. I'm using some red kidney beans. I start off in the slow cooker the night before and I finish it up on the stovetop the next morning. This is so easy to make, guys. I'm going to show you how to make perfect Belizean stew beans. You can serve it with white rice and meat, or you could serve it with flour tortilla. Let's get right into how we make these. So I'm going to start off with a pound of red kidney beans, and I wash it several times, like 3 to 4 times, and I even put it through a strainer. Then I add it to my slow cooker with some diced onions, some cilantro picked and washed from the stems, and a little bit of garlic. Some people put more garlic, but I'm not a great fan of garlic, so I put less. Now all I have to do is add a lot of water, okay? I'm going to add at least 8 to 10 cups of water because this is going to cook all night while I sleep. And I want to make sure that this does not burn my house down, all right? So let me put it on high. So it's been about 8 hours that the beans have been cooking in the slow cooker. Take a look. Let me see the time. Yeah, it's been about 8 hours. See? They're soft, but this is not quite done. Now let me tell you a little story. A friend of mine, I was visiting her one time. She was cooking stew beans in the slow cooker, and she took the potato masher and started to like mash the beans. I'm like, wait, what are you doing? And then she says, well, this is what my mother-in-law told me to make Belizean stew beans. Her mother-in-law was not Belizean. She was married to a Belizean. I'm like, no, that's not how you do it, girl. You have to just let that cook down on its own. So you can actually let it cook in the slow cooker until it's reduced more. Or you could do what I'm doing and move it over to the stovetop. Because I want to show you guys precisely how to make Belizean stew beans. Because what we have right here is not stew beans yet. It's long water beans. That's what mommy would call it. So I'm just using this to take it out because the beans are hot and I don't want to pour it and burn myself or splatter all over my camera lens. So just let me get this all out and then we're going to move over to the stove. Well, that's my double burner, so this is going to cook pretty fast, all right? So we're just going to allow this to reduce down, and I'll show you what we're looking for. Because I'm using my double burner, the beans are boiling on very high heat. This is about 5 minutes in. Now this is right at 15 minutes in, and I'm using the back of my spoon to just squish some of the beans against the pot. So we don't want to use the potato masher, to squish the beans when the water has not reduced. But at this point, we can squish a few of them because that will give the beans that real gelatinous, thick, luscious feel, all right? So let me hit it with some salt and some black pepper. And you do this to your taste, all right? Some people can tolerate more salt than other people. Now, the one thing that I want to warn you is when you stir with the spoon and you're going to taste the beans, please don't put that spoon to your mouth, all right? Because then you have to put it back in the pot and you just contaminated the whole thing. So what you want to do is get a little bit out. Let me go ahead and blow on this. And then just put it, see, I'm warning you. Put it in the palm of your hand and taste it. It needs more salt. And just keep putting salt to your taste. And this is pretty much done, all right? And like you saw in the opening, we serve this with white rice and some type of meat. So Joe's gonna get the meat. And this is done. Now it's 10:06 in the morning. I'm going to come back in a little while to show you how this thickens up as it sits here. You just have to find the delicate balance of how much liquid to leave in the pot, because if you reduce it down too much, then the beans will become too thick, and then if you don't reduce it enough, then it'll be too watery. See how much thicker it got, guys? So that's why you don't want to let it cook too much. You don't want it to reduce too much. So you see here what all we eat it with, right? Flour tortilla, rice with some type of meat. But for me, for Barbara, I love to eat it just like this. See? Just like a little, I guess like a little chili bean, but without the chili and stuff in it. Now, of course, Belizeans will put pigtail and ham and other types of meat in the beans, but today I just wanted to show you basic stewed beans. Now, a lot of people will say soak the beans first because that will get rid of the gas issue. Some people say put the garlic in because that gets rid of the gas issue. I found that nothing helps to digest beans better than chewing. If you chew it well, it won't give you any problems. And when I had my gallbladder surgery recently, the doctor told me that that's what you need to do with beans because they're very hard to digest. The enzymes have to get on it, and it's like a big thing to digest. So that's all you can do is chew it well, and you won't have gas issues, all right? Let me taste. It's still hot. I could eat like a whole tub of this. I just love beans. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like what I've produced, and if you do, please hit that like, the little thumbs up thing. Also, share the video for me. I really do appreciate having you, and I'll see you guys again next video. Bye. Say hello to Mama. Hi, everybody.
This morning with one local family.